to NormskiTV. Yeah, it's been an eventful night with the NHS 24-hour marathon thing that AFTV and United Stand have done, and congratulations to them raising, from the last what I saw was £17,000+ raised for the NHS, which I'll say is absolutely fantastic. It might be more, but that was the last thing that I read. So well done to AFTV, Robbie, and United Stand. Absolutely brilliant stuff that you guys are doing. And please just keep up the good work. It's absolutely brilliant. Just to say, just a couple of things with regards to Arsenal, concerning Arsenal and the transfer gossip out there, and just two stories I just want to kind of look over. And the first one is Arsenal have identified the replacement. Well, supposedly, I mean, this is in the Daily Star, whether you want to believe this newspaper or not, but they have looked at replacing Aubameyang with the 50 million Rodrigo Moreno, if I pronounce that right. That's Rodrigo Moreno. Now, they're saying that if we lose Aubameyang, then we are looking at maybe identifying this Valencia striker as the one to replace Aubameyang. Now, I don't know how long Arsenal been looking at this guy or what, but to be honest, I just don't want to lose Aubameyang. I just think, you can't replace him. You can't replace his goals, and it would be a travesty if we end up selling Aubameyang, especially not to our rivals. I mean, if we are going to sell him, it has to be someone abroad. But even saying that, it'd just be a travesty if we end up losing him. He's our top goal scorer, he's our captain. Why would you want to, lose this guy? Do you know what I mean? Arsenal need to actually get this guy locked down. I know they've still not reached any sort of agreement. I don't even know if they've been even speaking at the moment in terms of their contract situation. So at the moment, it's just very much up in the air. But we've been linked with this guy who plays for Valencia, and as I said, he could be the replacement. Aubameyang, as the papers are saying, is set to become a free agent next year. So that means that the Gunners, they could have to cash in, until January to cash in on him. So we've got until January to cash in on him. Or hopefully, it might be a case of him, looking to extend his contract. And I hope, he'll extend his contract, but extend it well before January. I would love it if you could do it now and try and see if we can lock this guy down. As I said, the newspaper saying that there's been little progress being made over a new deal, which means that they're saying that Mikel Arteta could be looking at, conceding defeat and may have to sell star forward to Real Madrid or possibly Barcelona. And then you've got Man United, as I said, who's circling, just would not like him to go there at all. And the Mirror is saying that as well, that he's the man that Arsenal have identified as his replacement. And I think they've actually inquired about this guy. Looking at his stats, he's scored a mere 5 goals in 28 appearances, and he's meant to be their main striker. Apparently his assist is quite high, somewhere in the region of 46, but only 5 goals. That's goal to ratio is not fantastic at all. I suppose Valencia are looking at a summer shake-up and are looking to maybe possibly, sell Rodrigo. And obviously, if the right offer comes in, then he could go for that price. But I just wouldn't. Be wanting to spend that sort of money, not based on those stats. I wouldn't be spending 50 million on him. Not for me. We played against him in the Europa League Cup last season. But you know, he didn't really shine for me. He's 29 years old, and apparently he used to play for Bolton back in the 2010-11 season. I don't know if anybody knew about that, but yeah, they're saying that Valencia have got a release clause of 110 million in his current contract. There's no way this guy is worth 110 million. Not to say that, you know, that's what, you know, anybody's going to pay. And even if we was to go and pay 45, 50 mil, we'd be mugs. We'd be absolute mugs if we did that. He, for me, is just not the man to be replacing Aubameyang. No way, no how. And I hope that this doesn't happen. I hope this is not true. Just to say, you know, he started his career at Real Madrid before I think he moved to Benfica in 2010. And then he later joined Valencia on loan in 2014 and made a switch permanent a year later, scoring 56 goals in 213 appearances for the club. The ex-Bolton star is not the only striker on Arsenal's radar, but also the Express is also saying about possibly us looking at the Celtic ace Udison Eduardo, who plays for Celtic. He's another striker. You know what? I just want to keep Aubameyang. I know at the moment things are precarious at the moment, you know, with his contract situation, and Arsenal really do need to lock this guy down and lock him down quickly. I don't want talk of us. I don't even want us to be linked at all with getting this guy. You know, Aubameyang knows the league. You know, he knows that this, you know, it's a tough league, and for someone like this guy to come in, I don't think he's going to cut it at all. You know, La Liga is a much easier league, but when you're coming into the Premier League, mate, at any given day, anyone can beat anyone. Top can beat bottom, bottom can beat top. It is what it is. Whereas, you know, in Spain, you know, the likelihood is that you've got your typical teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, you know, Atletico Madrid. Those are the ones that are going to dominate. So for me, personally speaking, I just don't want him. That's my opinion. I don't want him. I just want Aubameyang to stay. Again, we just have to just watch and see what happens concerning this transfer window, and you know, just hope that Arsenal will pull their fingers out and try and lock Aubameyang down with a decent deal. Another news coming out, which I've said this in the past. I mean, I wouldn't like to lose Lacazette. He's a good player. You know, him and Aubameyang have really linked up really well. They're good mates. You know, they've got, you know, good chemistry between them. And yes, you know, Lacazette last season may have not, or when I say last season, the still season hasn't finished. He hasn't had his most prolific season. You know, he had a lot of injuries. He scored 9 goals in all competitions, I believe. I don't know if it's in the Premier League, if it's just 9 goals. I think it's all competition. So he hasn't really had a brilliant season. And if, in all honesty, if I was to lose one of the 2 strikers, sorry Lacazette, it would have to be you. You would have to be the one that would need to go. And Arsenal, I don't know how true it is. Again, this is in the Mirror. Are reportedly willing to offer Lacazette in part exchange for Atletico Madrid's Thomas Partey. Now I know a couple of seasons ago, Atletico Madrid, and I think they're still interested in Lacazette, regardless of whether a swap deal was involved or not. You know, he was meant to go to Atletico Madrid, but because they had a ban on transfer, they ended up not getting him, and he ended up coming to Arsenal. So Arsenal was really his second choice. He really wanted to go to Atletico, whereas at the time his best mate was Antoine Griezmann, who's now at Barcelona. And you know, we're looking to try and see if we could possibly land this midfielder, because he's a fantastic midfielder. I spoke about him in the last transfer post that I did, and you know, I think there was a release clause of about 43.5 million. we could go to some way in probably offering Lacazette as a part of the deal. You know, Atletico Madrid like him, and it would make sense because we've got the likes of Martinelli coming through. We've got Eddie Nketiah on all the players. I think, personally speaking, we need a strong, imposing defensive midfielder in front of that back four. And if I was to give up on one of the strikers, it would definitely have to be Lacazette. You know, but I know Atletico Madrid are trying to tie down Thomas Partey until 2025, and also to put a massive release clause in his contract to ward off anybody from going for him. The Sun is also saying that Arsenal will try and test the Spanish club's resolve first by proposing a swap deal, which includes obviously Lacazette. Now, you know, I would definitely be up for that. Lacazette, who's like 28, you know, years old, he's struggled this season to hold down a regular place. You know, coming off of the bench, a lot of injuries as well, so that hasn't really helped his cause. But this, they're saying, could much well depend on whether Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang moves on in the summer, and with his contract situation still up in the air, you know, they're saying it's doubtful that Arsenal will allow both their captain and Lacazette to leave the club. But they're saying that, you know, Arteta is confident that they could retain Aubameyang's services beyond the summer. But I would like it that they sign him down properly and get a proper extension on his contract and just have him there. But that will then pave the way for Lacazette to leave the club, and hopefully, make that exchange with Thomas Partey at Atletico Madrid. He's got 2 years left remaining on his contract, so he's in no rush. And he has come out and said that, I love Arsenal and I want to stay. There was rumours in the summer that he wanted to leave, but they asked him outright and he told them no, I have not. And said I wanted to leave Arsenal or not. It's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. We do need to get rid of players before we can even start buying. So there are plenty of players, that are surplus to requirement and that we need to get off our books before we can actually start looking at bringing in half decent players. So that is it really for now on the transfer front today. There's not really much more to talk about. We'll see what the papers are saying tomorrow, and let's just hope that some sort of deal gets done. I'm not going to talk about Kurzawa, even though there's some news coming out that he may well stay at PSG, but there's some conflicting news that the deal is still going to go through and that he's going to end up signing a 5-year deal with Arsenal on a free, and he's likely to be joining us in the summer. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Listen, guys, please like, subscribe, and share, please, and put a thumbs up or like, please, and just put in the comments if you want. Do you think we should swap Lacazette for Thomas Partey? Would that be a good move, or do you think that we should go for, if Aubameyang doesn't sign his contract, do you think we should go in for that Rodrigo guy? I don't know. I would love to just keep Aubameyang, but the jury will be out on Lacazette. And for me personally, I would look to try and swap him with Thomas Partey. Please, again, like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you the next time. Take care. Mm-hmm.